thought I'd come on and actually show my face on this app and do some Disney tips and tricks, because my brain is full of them. Some of them are probably already really well known, but I was like, why not share them just in case? Because there's some, like, I learned a new one literally yesterday from my sister-in-law. So I thought, let's do some tips and tricks videos, and I thought I'd start with the planning, obviously, because that's where you start with any Disney trip anyway. Tip 1 would be doing your research. So when I first started going, I just thought, oh, you don't need to plan, you just turn up. That is not correct. I mean, you can. I feel like it would be absolute chaos. But I would just say, even if it's just a grid on a piece of paper where you've got what day, what part you're going to on what day, what you're doing for your reservation, like, just get it down on a piece of paper, just so that you have some semblance of a plan. It doesn't necessarily have to be like ride by ride, just what part you're doing, what day, what dinner you're doing, or what food you're getting. I made the mistake of thinking I didn't have to plan and did it really late, actually, when I first went in 2023, and luckily my sister-in-law sort of said you need to plan. I would recommend watching a load of YouTube videos. So Disney Food Blog is one of the main ones, and you've got All Ears that also do quite a lot of like tips and tricks. But even like, get those small vloggers and watch them and see how they're packing, how they're planning. They go into the detail, and it makes it so much easier, especially when you're like brand new to things. This is me a few days later realising I forgot like my favourite Disney vloggers that I watch like all of their videos. These guys from Mammoth Club, so Molly and Alan, are so good. Like 100% recommend if you want recommendations of hotels, anything, watch Mammoth Club. Tip 2 would be making sure you put in rest days. Seriously, especially if you're coming from the UK and you're going for like 2 weeks, it's so full on. You do need days where you're just a bit slower. Even if you just take a relaxing morning and then go out into the parks or to a meal, just make sure that you're kind to yourself, because your body will rebel against you afterwards. I remember my feet and just all of my body aching because we'd not taken a rest day. So we've never made that mistake again. Tip 3 is a really random one, but I was almost caught out by this. So obviously when you plan, depending on who you book through, like Virgin, even Walt Disney, like themselves, just make sure you check the baggage allowance, because last time we booked direct with Disney, we flew with JetBlue, and they actually have a restriction on the size of your bag, not necessarily the weight, the actual like dimensions, which I'd never seen before. I think many British airlines just are quite standardised. You can have a massive case just as long as it's not over the allowance, but just don't get caught out, because you don't want to be spending your spending money paying for extra baggage. Tip 4 is make use of the shops around you. So be getting down to Target, be getting down to Walmart. If you need snacks, especially if you haven't got like the dining plan, get yourself some snacks so you're not wasting your money on, or just buy it if you really want to buy it. But like, I always find it's easy to get some snacks from Target and Walmart just to put in your park bag. And also make sure you're planning in times to go to the outlets. The Disney outlet at the malls nearby, they restock on a Thursday. So be getting yourself down there on a Thursday if you're able to. So put that in your plan. Get there on a Thursday when they restock and get all the fresh new stuff. There's always a queue as well, so just be prepared for that. But it's definitely worth a trip. We got ears for like 99 cents, like little Oswald ears, so much stuff. We got so many souvenirs, and it's all really good stuff. It's just out of season, or the rest of it's all gone, and Disney have just obviously given it to the outlet store just to get rid of the last bits of stock. Tip number 5, I would say, is again a bit of a weird one, but it's become quite a big thing for me and the way we book our trips, is to make sure you're making use of any bonus or any loyalty schemes that you can when you're booking. So obviously I know if you book with Virgin, you can get the Flight Club points, but I've recently got an Amex card, and this is not an ad because I have no followers, so it's not an ad in any way, shape or form. It's more just you've got to get what you can get. Get your Amex points by using your Amex card and paying it off, even to like buy petrol and things like that, and then you can use them on your next Disney trip to try and like bring down the price a little bit. So we're doing quite a few like introductory offers, like take as many bonuses as you can get. Obviously with the free dining and things like that are on currently for 2026 bookings, if that's what you want to do, get yourself booked and reserved already. Which kind of brings me on to the next tip, which is tip number 6, is if you're not too bothered about those free dining and those sort of things that come from booking way in advance, I'd booked so much closer to the time. The first Walt Disney World trip we did, I booked it 3 months before we went, and it was so much cheaper. I'm talking like £600 per person cheaper to book so close to the time. I mean, I know it's obviously a bit riskier, but it really does pan out, especially if you're not going in for all of those free dining and things like that. I hope this helped, potentially. Obviously, I know some of them will be quite obvious, but I hope this helped. And if you have any other tips and tricks to share, please put them in the comments, because 1, engagement always helps. 2, I think we can help as many people as we can, and even me, like, I want all the tips that I can get. So if you've got any tips to share, put them in the comments and let me know if you want to see anything else like this on any other bits of Disney World.